Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. This is a crop that I've been involved with for the last couple years now, and I think it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. This year I decided to make something a little bit different in that everybody's project will turn out a little bit differently because it's about shopping your stash. So you can use any paper line that you have some things left over from, little scraps, things that you have collected that you have one or two left of. And so I'm going to show you how I made this embellishment envelope and then just a plain little booklet that you can add these embellishments to. And my thinking was that it would be fun for like a swap idea or like Happy Mail for someone. Maybe you have a granddaughter who likes to craft and you could send her this and she can decorate the book with the embellishments you made. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun. The first thing is this little booklet, and I used 6x6 paper. So if you have a 6x6 paper pad, this is how I used it. I also had like one or two sheets of 12x12 that match this collection. So you do need one or two sheets of 12x12 along with 6x6. If you don't have a 6x6 pad, you can definitely take your 12x12s and cut them. So this is just a little booklet, like I said, there's nothing really in here except for the paper, and then we would use our embellishments that we made to kind of add to it. So there's just some little half pages here and there. There's some pockets that you can put things in, plain pages, and I only used five or six. I'll have to go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I used 5 or 6. I can't remember. I get another little pocket right here, pocket here, and then this is a belly band. So just a little booklet that can be decorated. And like I said, a Happy Mail was kind of what I was thinking when I put this together. So the embellishment envelope looks like this. It is about 8 1/4 inches long. And on the back, I just put a pocket and put in some of the cut-aparts that can be used. Okay, so that was a good place to store some of those. And I'll just kind of walk you through what I have in here. Some of these things you may have seen before. I think I need to glue that. This is just a little handmade paper flower. And the flower centers were pre-made flowers. And I thought actually this would be cute on the front cover of this book, just off in the corner like that. So I thought that was cute. I have a die that I thought worked well with this collection. So this is the Prima collection I used. Oh, what was it called? Something Harvard. Shoot. You know, that really cute one. I don't remember what it's called now. But I had a truck die, and so I cut out several and put those together and included that in my embellishment envelope, so they could use those. I have 2 clothespins that I altered. My daughter can hear me upstairs, and I just heard her make a silly noise about it. I just included a couple die cuts from a punch that I had. I made 2 bag toppers. So just using some of the scraps, I have some ribbon, a metal corner rounder, corner piece. I just did some fussy cutting, and I have some of those letters. Oh, what are they called? I don't remember now. But that's a bag topper that I made. Here's another one. I had some scrap burlap, did some fussy cutting. I altered some tags. Now I have a bunch of Nouveau drops and I forget that I have them, and so I just included some polka dots there on this one. And then that's the chipboard pieces. Okay, you don't need very many scraps to do these. And these were pre-made tags. I had a sunflower in my stash. Okay, I don't really like that one. I tried to use the Nouveau drops in a creative way and I didn't really like that, but you know. And then just cutting apart some papers from the collection and layering. I also had a gold, we don't have a Tuesday morning in where I live anymore, but I had bought a bunch of these bags, and so I just folded it and made it into a double pocket. Oh, actually it's a triple pocket. And I didn't make, and I just added some of the ephemera and a chipboard piece, put a little thumb hole where I could hold some things here. I can put stuff here. Made another one. I tried to make them like those Polaroid picture look. And then if you open your inside cover, this actually would fit right inside. So already look at how much that adds to that little booklet. And then I had one of these pre-made envelopes with the tie, and I did some fussy cutting again. I had a little bow punch. So it's just taking what you have and working with it. So here's the actual envelope. It's really, I love this paper, it's so pretty, but there's a pretty, you can get quite a bit in there. You could have put more in there than what I currently have. And then there's a pocket that you can put things in on the side. I don't know if you can see that very well. Okay, and then you can put it behind also. So there's a behind pocket, and then there's a small triangular one. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making. I thought it would be a good way to start the new year, keeping in contact with friends and sending them something fun. Like I said, everybody's is going to look a little bit different, which is what I think is going to be neat, because it depends on the paper collection and the scraps that you have and the things that you have in your stash. So let me show you how I got started. Let me put this all back together so I don't lose anything. And the presentation, I think, looks nice. If somebody were to get this in the mail, I think they'd love it. These little tags went over here in this pocket. And these went in this side pocket. Now I do the paper collection that I chose for tonight. I had leftovers of, and I closed this too much. And it is the Stitches collection by Authentique. I had quite a bit left over, not quite a bit, but I had enough left over that I could do this project. Sorry, I just don't want to lose anything. And I kind of want to look at it as we're going so I don't lose track of what I'm up to. And then these I just tucked in behind, like so. And look at the presentation and how nice. Okay, so let me show you how I'm getting started. So you're going to want to go check out your paper collections, and this is what I had left over from Stitches. I have about 7-8 sheets of the 6x6. It is double-sided. Whatever paper you choose to make the envelope, you do need it to be a double-sided 12x12 sheet, and so this one's going to be the envelope I use. I did have a couple other sheets. I have a lot of the cut-aparts, which is good, that I can put them in the back pocket or use them for my ephemera that are, you know, the things I'm going to make. And I have the sticker sheet. I hardly used any of the stickers. And so that's what I'm going to use. This is the collection I'm going to use. So then once I had that in mind, I went ahead and started going through my stash. And I know that we all have stuff laying around. Some more than others, I have to admit. But so I just grabbed this punch, and this is, it's supposed to be like a bow tie, but I use it for a regular bow. So I'm going to use those. I do have the die from Tim Holtz. That is the sewing. I don't know if you can see. No, I don't think you can see it. Like the dress form. So here's what I did. I knew that it was basically pink and blue, so I grabbed some flowers, little ones that had pink. There's some blue ones in that one. I liked the shiny pink. I had some crystals, like 4 here that I'm going to use. The pink ones match, so I took those out. Some black ones. I had a loose, just a random flower here and here. This, I don't know where I got that. So I just put some of my flowers together. I have a bunch of clearance stuff that I've purchased, and this happens to be sewing theme. Look, there's a sewing machine. This is from the dollar store. I had some of those, and I may not use all this stuff, but I pulled it out just to see. From the wedding department at Hobby Lobby, they have a huge bag of these wooden hearts, so I had some of those. Here's some scraps of lace. And going into this, I have no idea what my ephemera is going to look like, or my decorations. I have a straw that I can divide it in half and make something. A little thing of pearls, 2 more clothespins, just some buttons, random pieces of trim. So literally just junk. I mean, not junk, but I shopped what I had. I did not go out and purchase anything. So in this one, I had some pre-made little shipping tags. Now I do have a sewing machine die. So on the last one, I had a little truck. So I might be making some of these to tuck in. Just a little film strip thing. Look at, this is Martha Stewart. Do you know how old this is? This little flags. I had a wooden butterfly that I found. Some other tags. Here are some bags that I found in my stash that I might fussy cut and put things on. And then I had another one of those gold bags. So using all these things, I'm going to put together a little snail mail, happy mail kit, I guess. So let's go ahead and get started with the envelope, which is the easiest thing ever. You're going to want your 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And also, if you're going to make a back pocket behind on the back of the envelope like I did for this one, you kind of need to measure just to make sure you get the right length. But I will let you know when we get to that point what mine measured. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim off the sticker or the band here, and we're going to use the full 12 by 12 sheet. No cutting, no scoring. It's going to be so easy. So the double-sided paper, if your paper is directional, you will need to be careful as to how you're folding this. So I want this to be on the inside and I want this to be on the outside, so I can see that I want to see those flowers on the outside here. So the first thing you do is, looking at your paper at more like a diamond, you're going to fold it from one corner to the other. And I don't even score it, I just line it up, and then I'm going to burnish it down. Yep, I think that's close enough. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now you're going to take the top layer and you're going to bring it down to the fold, right to the edge, and you're going to crease that. We are going to glue that down. I probably need to refill my glue bottle. Yeah, I should go fill this. There we go. You don't need a ton of glue, just enough to keep that flap down. Go ahead and lay that down. And now all we're going to do is this triangle, we're going to take it and fold it in half so that it forms our pocket. Again, I'm not burnishing, or I'm not scoring, I'm just folding it and then burnishing. And I burnish it real well. So you can see there's going to be room to put things behind, and then this will open and you'll have things to put in there. So just like we did on this side, we're going to do the same thing over here. This triangle, we're going to divide it in half and fold it over so that it meets at the bottom here on the corner. And it's lined up. And I'm going to take my burnishing tool and burnish real well. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that easy. Yes. So the only place I'm going to put glue on here is the bottom, so that it will, nothing will fall out the bottom. And make sure that's down real well. And the other side too. Now, because mine is stitches and it's vintagey, I'm going to go ahead and ink my edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that back pocket on. My envelope from side to side is 8.5 inches, and I wanted the depth of the pocket to be 2.5 inches. So this piece is 8.5 by 2.5. We're not going to score it and have it have the half inch. Just going to lay it down flat, and we're just going to put glue on 3 sides. I need to clean this. And you want to go side to side and line it up with the bottom. Again, I did ink my edges just because I have a vintage feel to this paper. So I took some cut aparts from the collection. I have 6. And I inked those also, and I will just randomly put those in this pocket. All right, there we go. There's the back of our envelope. Now, right here, I do have some stickers from my collection. So let's see, what does this measure? Oh, this will be perfect. This sticker right here. I'm going to place that right here in the center, and I should probably ink this a little bit. And I think, see, as I go, I'm thinking of the stuff that I pulled and put in that tray. I think I might put a button on this sticker too. Says buttons and patches and the cold wind blowing, the days pass quickly when I am sewing. So let me see here, or I could put one of these. No, I don't think so, because it says buttons. I think I'll take a button. I have blue and I have white and I have pink. Maybe I will, and I'll get my, whenever I adhere buttons, I usually use the hot glue gun. I think I'll overlap them a little bit, and I'll glue them right there on the corner. Okay, so there's the back of my envelope, and now we are going to work on the little booklet that would go with it. For the booklet, you're going to want 5 pieces that measure 6 by 6, so 5 coordinating pieces. Decide which one you want for your front cover, and I think I'm going to go with the buttons so that when we add embellishments and decorations, I can put like a cut apart here or whatever. I kind of like that one. So anyway, we are going to take our first piece, and this is so easy and so fast, but we want it to be, if we're going to use it for Happy Mail, we want to get it out pretty quickly. So the first one, just go ahead and go to the 1/2 mark on your scoreboard, score it at 1/2. Go ahead and burnish that. Now I am going to be inking, so I just like the look of that. You don't have to, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to get my ink going here. I'm going to ink as I go, and I'm going to use the Ground Espresso Distress ink. And I am going to do it on the other side also, just because you will see that. All right, so that's our front cover. That's it. Now the next one, we're going to score it in 2 places. We're going to score it at 1/2 again. score it 1/2. And then I'm going to turn it around. So my 1/2 inch is now over here, and I'll score it 2 inches. Go ahead and burnish those. Here. So one gets burnished to the front and one goes to the back when you're burnishing. Okay, got to ink this up. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and just attach. I kind of think I want this side, the pink. Yeah, this is how I want it. Just to get some variety of color. So we're just going to glue right on top of that 1/2 inch. We're going to place our other 1/2 inch on top. So that adds a little bit of color. And we're going to want to burnish that real well. Make sure it's lined up and that we didn't go over the score marks. Get rid of any excess glue. Okay, so there's this side now. The back. We are going to glue this down to form a pocket. So I'm going to place glue on the 2 outer sides. And this would be a good place for an embellishment on this pocket or a sticker. A die cut, something. Okay, so there's cover inside. And now we're going to attach a page to this one. So again, we're going to score at 1/2. And that's it for this one, just 1/2. We want some full pages and some shorter pages. Burnish again and use your ink. Okay, so this one, decide which side you want to be facing that, and I'm going to want it like this. So I'm going to place glue on my 1/2 inch strip. And I do like to get glue right up against that edge, so it lays down nice. And I'm going to turn it so I can work with it a little bit easier. And we want to line it up along the bottom, well, it'll be the side and the top and bottom. So double check that everything's lining up. Okay. I don't like that look of that. Why do I have that? I didn't need to burnish. I don't like that. I don't know. Do I have it on this one? No, I don't. I'll have to put some lace here or something to cover that score mark up. Okay, next one. We are going to score at 1/2 and then do the 2 inch on the opposite side again, like we've done the other one. Half, turn it, and 2. So you have to decide, do you want your pocket on the front or the back? So do you want your pocket here? And I think I want it like this. Yeah. With all these different coordinating papers, I just kind of need to look at them and see how well they match up. Go ahead and lay this 1/2 inch strip down on top of the one that's on top here. Putting glue on that 1/2 inch strip. I want to make sure it lines up before I burnish. So you'll notice every page is either a half or a half on one end and 2 on the other. That's all we're doing. Then we're going to glue down the 2 sides. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I'm angry at myself. Okay, so now we're going to do our last one at 1/2. This will be the back cover. Where did I put? There it is. And we're going to attach that like so. I like the looks of that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Do your inking. This is so fast, you guys. You probably have seen something similar, if not, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it? But the end result is cute once you have the embellishments on there. All right. And I'm going to glue that 1/2 inch strip down. Now you could add more pages. You could add another 6 by 6 if you wanted. It just depends on how thick you want it. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, you can totally go thicker if you want to. You can add another page. You could even make this a pocket on this side if you wanted. Should we do that? I have plenty of paper. I think I'm going to add a 6th one, and I'm also going to add a belly band. So let me get a 6th piece of paper, and you can too if you want, or you don't have to. I went ahead and folded that one back 2 inches so that I have another pocket, and then this will be my last page. All you need to do is score that one at 1/2 and burnish it, and then that's our little booklet, guys. That's it. It's the embellishment part that's fun. So let me ink. So now my front cover and my back cover have the same pattern. And like I said, you can add a belly band, which I have enough paper, I probably will. And I'll probably do a 1.5 by 6 inch piece. I'll just have to play it by ear here and see what looks good. And you could also wrap some fabric or lace or something around the spine to add some excitement to your book. Alright, so there's that. And now I'm just going to add a little belly band here. So the belly band, you can do a 1/2 inch score on each end if you have 12 by 12 left over, but because I just have 6 by 6, I'm not going to do the 1/2 inch tuck, and that will be totally fine. And let's see, so I'm going to do 1.5 inch across, like so. So yep, I'll just put a glue strip on the bottom and the top. I won't have that 1/2 inch, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So, and I'm going to ink this, so then we can attach things with paper clips, tuck some of the cut aparts underneath. If you have extra stickers, you could attach your extra stickers in there for the person you're giving it to. So just put glue on the short ends and center it. Oops, moved on me. And then that's it. If you can do 1/2 inch and 2 inch scores, voila, done. Okay, so that will be the booklet that we send with our envelope. Doesn't it look cute together? And then, nice. Okay, so now it is time to do the embellishments inside. And like I said, I just went through my stash, and I am going to start with the larger things in the back. So I had this bag, and then I have 2 small little bags. If you don't have any bags like this, I mean, it doesn't have to be just like this. It would be easy enough to make one by taking a piece of paper and scoring 1/2 inch on the side. Do I need to show you how to make a bag? I guess I could. So I'm going to start decorating these. I'm going to start cutting out from my paper collection and use my stickers. And for this one, I'm going to trim off this extra so that this is 8 inches long. Okay, and I'm going to have this facing up, and you can fold it wherever you want, but I don't want it to be longer than 6 inches if I want it to fit inside of my book. So I think I'll fold up about 3-ish. I'm just eyeballing it by what I like the looks of. Now before I glue this down, I'm going to get my circle punch, and I'm going to put a thumb hole. And I'm going to snip off this very edge because it's closed right now. So just take like a hair, like 1/8 of an inch, just to open it up. Okay, so now that it's open, I'm going to get a circle punch, and I'm just going to cut a thumb hole here and a thumb hole up top. I have my thumb hole punches in there. I'm going to glue these sides down right here so that it forms pockets. I have a die that I got from Country Craft Creations. We actually used it at one of the retreats. And so I'm just going to glue that down here on the corner, and then I'll put something on top of that. So a lot of this is going to be about layering the stuff that you have. Things look nice when you layer. This is one of those things you can't really plan out because you just kind of got to go with what materials you have. So down here in the corner, make sure it lines up. And I think I'll use this sticker on top of it. And I do add a little bit of glue to the stickers. And up here I need something. I think I'll go with, I have a handcrafted. Actually, I think I'll put handmade with love as a flag, and then I'll put one of those wooden button type things that I had. So let's see. About right here. Oh, and I didn't use glue. And so I need to find which button I want to put on top. I kind of like that sewing machine. I might have to do that. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. And it's okay. I'm going to hang it. It just hangs off just a tiny bit, and that's totally fine. Like so. All right, and then I'll make some mats to put inside of those pockets. And let me show you the mats that I used in the other one. I just took some paper and I cut to kind of make it look like that Polaroid effect. So the top one's bigger, and then this would be room for journaling down here. And I made 2 of those. I actually could have made 3 because there is another pocket behind here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for our inside of our pocket. My paper collection had some cut aparts that were already cut a little bit smaller. So I took the main piece of paper is 3.5 by 4. And so I just went ahead and used these pre-cut. I mean, the size was pretty much perfect. And so I cut a piece to go below it where you can journal at 3 inches by 1.5 inches. And I think that lines up pretty good. So I've made 4 of those, and that's going to go in this pocket that we just made. And I'll stick those in there and see what it looks like. You do want, if you want it to journal, you need a lighter color on the bottom. The back could be used for pictures, so that when you give it to someone, they can actually use it for photos. So let's go with 2 in the back. One, oops. One there, and we'll go one here. And then again, because of the size that we made, we can put that in the inside front cover of our book, like so. Okay. You could add some laces, a bow, what have you. That's going to be kind of what I had in mind for the inside front cover. So now the next thing I'm going to do is take those brown colored envelopes, and I'm going to start looking through my stickers and my laces and see what I can do to jazz these up a little bit. For this envelope, I just did some stamping of some script to make it look kind of old. Stickers, I had a little that bow punch, had some trim down here. Again, I just pulled from my stash and used what I had. So then I'll do the same thing with this one. I'll try and get it to match a little bit by using some of the same elements. It'll just be the smaller version of it. And then we're going to move on after that to our clothespins. All right, I went back digging through my stuff again, and for the paper clip, or the, not paper clip, the clothespin, I made one that looks like this. I don't know if you can see, there's some little pearls in there too. Okay, so the clothespin is just from the Dollar Tree, and I don't like that natural wood color, so I am taking my Distress ink and I'm just kind of roughing it up a little bit, aging it with the ground espresso color, and just doing it on the sides, the front, the back. I just like that darker color better. Okay, so there's that. Looks a little more aged up. So my clothespins, I needed paper that was 2 7/8 inches long and 3/8 inches across. I'm gonna just stress that, and I think clothespins are probably a standard size, like the regular size ones, and I'm just gonna glue that down, and I'm gonna put one on the back also. I'm trying to decide if I want the blue in front or the blue in the back. I have a pink one. That other one's pink, so maybe I'll do the pink or the brown. Blue up front. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to. And your glitter glue will glue to wood. So I'm just going to lay this down. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over and put the other one on the back. They're the same size. Mine were 2 7/8 inches long, 3/8 inches across. And I don't. Okay. So next I have these little doilies, again from my stash. And I'm just going to place it on there about right here. Put a dot of hot glue. And I'm just going to kind of make it cattywampus here. And then I'm going to glue the flower on top so you can still see part of the doily. Okay. And because this is like sewing and stuff, I thought the word color would go all right. I am going to tuck these pearls underneath here. Yep, so I gotta put a little bit of glue in there. And they'll just hang off to the side. Then I'm going to put the word color in between, and I'm going to use hot glue for that one too. These, I think, where did I get these beads? Michael's maybe? Okay, and I do have these little gems, these pink ones. I had a couple left. I think I'll put one, Let's see, do I want it down here, up here? I'll put it near the top. And where are my tweezers? Because I definitely need to hold on to these. And I'll put a little glue on the back. And I'm just going to place it up by the flower. Oopsie. Well, for Pete's sake, get up there. Okay, so there are the two clothespins. So it says true color. All right, what else do I want to include? I think I will do the little tags next. So we're going to make two tags that are this size. And so I just started layering things and putting things together as I was going. And so that's what I'll do. I just kind of grabbed some of the same things that I had for that one. So I found a cut apart that I could use, and I trimmed it down a little bit. And I'm just going to put that on at an angle. I used a punch, and I'm going to have that coming off the side. So that has to go down first, like so. Okay. I'm going to put a banner piece here, and I'll layer that. I might have to angle so I want it coming off this way, and then I'll use this trim. I'm going to shorten this just a hair. Didn't do much, and I might just narrow it down a little bit too. Okay, so get it to the size that you want, and I'm just going to put this together super quick. It's kind of like, don't think about it, just lay it down, just start layering based off of what you have. And sometimes you can't see it until at the very end. You're like, oh, that goes together pretty well. So this is going to hang off the side. You do want some things to hang off. I'm going to go ahead and put this banner. It's just a piece of paper with the edges angled. And it's okay to have a little piece hang off. So that's from the paper also. You could actually use part of a, if you have it, measuring tape. Okay, I'm going to angle this. See how fast this goes once you have all your stuff. And I know I have a lot of stuff to pull from, but I'm confident that you'll find things. And some trim. This trim unravels really easy, so it gets kind of messy looking. And I'll just use my glue gun to adhere that. Okay, and then I have 3 flowers that I'll put here in the corner. And I'll have this button up here at the top. And then voila, we have a tag. I might put these down lower. Or do I want them down here? I'll just go with it. Let's see. Let's do this first. I can't believe how lucky I was that I had these. They match perfect. And when you do this, it's always an odd number. So like the flowers, I have to have 3 or 5. I can't just have 2. Okay, and I do feel like it needs something right here. Let's see if I can find a sticker that has something small. Let me see. I have one that says handcrafted, but that might be too long. Tailor made, I have that. And let me put a little ink on it. And a little bit of glue. I'll just stick that down there. There we go. So there's two of our bigger tags, and I left the backs empty. And then I have two smaller tags, and I put one together super quick. That's just paper and stickers. Let's see if, so again, I just started grabbing stuff and layering it. I don't have much on that one. So let me find, I might go with the sticker this time for the base. Do I have a sticker that will fit? I think I'll go with this one, and I'll just trim off the trim that off so it doesn't look like a tag. And I'll ink the edges, and then I don't, like I said, I don't have anything in mind. It's just going to start layering. I'm just throwing it down. Ooh, and I threw my glue. Okay. And let's see, we have a handcrafted sticker. And I'll put that on at an angle, like so. And let me dig through here. I have a button. That's kind of big. Have that. Oh no, 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 no. Too big. Wrong color. Nope. So what I think I will do, I have these. I don't like that either. I like this. Okay. So I'm just going to put three little, like right here. I'll do, well, I don't really like doing, oh, I have enough. Let me get my tweezers. Otherwise I drop this stuff really easy. And press that down. Oh, I moved it. Don't want to do that. Okay. And two more. Odd numbers. Oh, don't lose it, Reynolds. Come on. Sticking to my finger. There we go. They're so tiny. And one more. And then that's all I'm going to do for this tag. That's it. Basic. Okay. Two basic little tags. So our envelope's going to be getting fuller and fuller. I am going to do two bag toppers. I like having those so that if people want to add, if they have those cellophane type bags. So now I'm going to start looking through my stuff. And in the other envelope, that's what these were. So I'm going to look for my seam binding and ribbon. I have metal corners. I might have to do some cutting. So that's what I'm going to look for next. So I will be using my paper, and I'm going to cut another smaller rectangle on the inside, and then I do have some letters that I'm going to look through to see what colors I have. And I don't know what I would say though. Maybe so what would I stitch? I don't know. I'll go look for my stickers and see what colors I have. So now I'm going to make 2 bag toppers. This is the first one that I made. And so we will make one together. So using your paper, you're going to cut a piece, at least I used 5.5 by 4.5. And I'm going to score, that was 5.5 by 4.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to go with the 4.5 inches across the top, and I'm going to go at 2 1/4 and score so that it's right in half. It kind of depends on what size bags you have that you're going to put them on. And then let's go ahead and burnish that. And I am going to ink it. On the edges, on the front and on the back. Okay. I'm going to take a piece of paper and place it on the center. Let's see, do I want this one or this one? No, the buttons would be sideways, so I'll do this one. And I'm going to ink this one. This one I cut at 1.5 by 4. I'll just glue that in the center. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to put this across the middle, and I'm going to use a hot glue gun for that. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to cut it a little bit short because I'm going to have my heart here and I don't want it to be crooked, so I'm going to do about right there. So yep, I just need to cut one off. And I'm going to use my glue gun, and I'll go in the center. You can see I don't really throw much away. I can always use scraps. Okay. And I'm going to find a sticker that I can put down here. I'm going to go with So Lovely. Like so. I do have a metal corner piece that I'm going to put right here, and that these can attach with art glitter glue also. Art glitter glue is, oof, what did I do before I had this? And then I'll use some clips to hold it down while it dries. My Dollar Tree clips. Okay. And I'm going to put, let's see, I'll wait on that. So the heart, now if you don't have a wood heart, you can just use a punch and use a heart and with paper, and then if you do like 3 or 4 layers of paper and glue them together, it makes it real thick and sturdy. And I just laid it on the paper and traced, I just laid it on the paper and traced it. I'm going to cut just a little bit inside of that trace mark. And then if it doesn't fit right, you can use a file and make sure that will get rid of the excess around the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on, and then I'm going to use the file, and then I'll ink it. Press down on that. And just use a fingernail file and kind of go around the edges. now I'm going to use my ink. Okay, and I'm just going to start layering some stuff. I had some little gold, oh there it is. I'm going to add just a little gold piece, very little. Okay. And on this one, I think I'm going to use a button. So I'm going to use a glue gun for the button. And I'm going to put a flower on top of that button. Okay, and I'm going to put, you know what, I have one of that piece I just cut off. Maybe I'll just put that up there in the corner. Okay, and I feel like it needs something else. Do I need a little flower? No? Maybe a little piece of fabric. There's a heart actually. I don't know how this is going to look. What if I just did this trim? Stick it underneath that gold. Do I like that? Not really. What do I need there? I feel like it needs something though. What else do I have? Let me search. Here we go. I will put these two on. Maybe one, maybe two. Yep, I think I'll do both. And I know I said go in threes, but it's not going to work this time because I only have two. So let me get some glue on the back of this. Get off there. And then I'll do one more. Closer to the bottom, that's where I need something. All right, that's that. And then I'm just going to place that on the corner here like so. And I think I'll use glue, hot glue, because this is a little heavier. And then this little square thing is not cooperating. So I'm going to give it a dab of hot glue. There we go. Okay, and then the last thing is just to put a little bow right here. And then we have two toppers. All right, so that will go in the bag. So there's our two bag toppers. And what else do I want in there? I'll do a die. So I'll cut out using my die cut machine. And I do have these in my stash. I could do one of those. Like I said, this is from the Dollar Tree. Because I think adding a little bit of black to things, oh, sorry for that noise. Sometimes adding a little black is a good thing. So, where's that scrap? And I have a sticker and then a flower. Do I have, what shapes? Well, I don't know. Oh, here's a, this one doesn't have to be too detailed. Okay, I'll add that. And then I think I need a little word or something. I have lovely, fabulous. I like the fabulous because it's got a angled back, or the what do you call that? There's a certain cut that shows, you know, like duck. Is it called a ducktail or something like that? I don't know. Okay, and ugh. That's all I'm going to do for that. That's it. Okay, so now just some dies, and I think that's going to be about it. I think then we'll put it all together and see what it looks like. I decided there was one more thing I forgot to include, and that was one of these. And so let's go ahead and make one real quick. So I took 1/2 inch strips. These were about 4 inches, and I just cut the ends, and we're going to crisscross them a little bit, so we'll just glue those together. About like so. And then I took 2 that were 5.5 inches, and we're going to put a little bit of glue on those and form a circle. And let me just have them hold it closed with a clamp. Then I took 2 that were about 4.5 inches, form a circle, glue them closed. Okay. So then we are just going to layer. You know what? I think these are too long. I'm going to trim these. I don't like, I think they were too long. So I'm going to cut down the middle at an angle. Let's see if that's going to look better. Yes. Okay. You can use longer strips, you can use shorter strips. I just use scraps, so that's why Every time I make them, the measurements are a little bit different, but I always go 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue one going across. I'm just going to hold that for a second. And then I'm going to put some glue on the inside so that we can have it smush. Just hold it for a second. And then we'll take the other one and go up and down. Hold it for a second. Glue on the inside. Smush it in the center. And we're going to take the two smaller ones and go at a diagonal. And then in the center, the same thing. Smush. Then the last one. It's getting thick in the center. Hold it. And then I like to put a flower in the center of mine. This is still too long on this side. Unless I, you know what, maybe I want to just have the two going down and get rid of the, maybe I want to get rid of these. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. And then I'll just put some glue and I'll smush that in there. I kind of like these for the front of the book, like in a corner. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. So I'll set that off to the side. All right, so let's take a look at everything now that it's put together. And I'm anxious to see what yours looks like with different paper lines and different ideas. It's just a good way to use our scraps. Okay, so here was the booklet that we can add the embellishments to. Okay, and then here is the envelope put together. I did add a little piece down here because where the two flaps came over, I just kind of wanted to cover up and give it a little bit of stability right there. So I just mounted a sticker on some cardstock and just glued the edges down. And then I did make 2 die cuts that I stuck in here. And then I'm just going to put this flower, tuck it in right about there. There we go. I think it turned out cute. No matter what you do, the project's gonna be unique, and I think that would be great for snail mail, or like I said, a gift to a granddaughter who likes to decorate and start crafting. And so here is our embellishment envelope. Here is our little booklet. Just a quick look at the other one too, if you're interested. Like I said, everyone looks different. Stick these up here. There's that one, and then here was the book. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve, and post your projects on the Scrapbookers page, or the New Year's Eve page. And Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks.